Hey guys, and this is Primeval. Thank you very much for waiting. I am back now. Who would have thought eating a sandwich would take 15 minutes? But we're back. Alright, so when we last left off, we had discovered another station. Camp Cascade gives us 2 food and 2 energy. If we were to establish a trade route with them, Camp Cascade is it another city-state or outpost tucked away on the other continent? Oh, no, it's right here. Alright, so it looks like our continent dips down a little to the south. In fact, let's go and explore. Well, if I'm heading over that way with my colonist, we can send the soldier out in front, see if the way is clear, and get a little more scouting information going before we send out the colonist. Alright, and this seems to be the northern end of our continent. And we do have this crashed satellite that we can start an expedition on 8 turns. Not terrible, and I am glad that we brought those explorers back to pick up new expedition modules. Alright, so computing. We're going to get over to gunboats. That's 120 production. Our current production in Freeland is 18. So we're not going to be able to get aggressive with Kozlov too soon, but that should definitely be our plan. Deorbit imminent. Aliens detected near Jimboomba. Alright, if I wanted a new solar collector satellite, where would I get that? Institute, Bionic Labs, Biowell, Battlesuit, Affinity, Harmony. So solar didn't seem to work for searching that out. Alright, what makes sense as far as solar goes? I have no idea how to navigate this tech tree. It's going to take a couple playthroughs before we have a good grasp on what all the options are. Surveillance web, feed site, weather controller. Alright, so looks like we're not going to be replacing that solar collector, but it did give us a really nice early energy boost, so I'm happy that I had it, even if I can't replace it. Aliens detected, yes we know. Jimboomba is up to 3 population, and we're working this basalt. How long until we finish dropping that down? We could go and buy another worker. You'd have to walk away all the way around, and he would be at risk of having the aliens attack him. So I don't know if I want to have an unprotected worker, and we only have 140 energy, so that's probably not enough to buy anything useful. Yeah, a worker is going to cost us 270, a soldier 240, and we would probably want both if we were going to go and improve the basalt there. Alright, deorbiting.
One of the orbital units is nearing the end of its lifespan. Though units in orbit have powerful effects, they cannot last there forever and will crash back down to the planet after a time. Consider constructing a new orbital unit to take its place.
Alright, thanks Clippy. So, when that satellite deorbits, it's supposed to give me some crashed satellite wreckage. I wonder if we can recover and launch a new solar collector from the crashed satellite. That would be really nice, because I have no idea where to get the technology that would give me a new solar collector. And I was quite, well, so right now, we're getting an extra 20% on energy output thanks to the orbital. the solar collector, and we're improving the yields on these 3 tiles right here, all of which we're working. So we're going to lose out on 1, 2, 3 energy, and then 20% of 24, which is like 5. So we're going to miss out on 8 energy per turn, which, you know, isn't a huge loss, but it was definitely something nice to find for free out of that resource pod. Ooh, there's a lot of Phyrexite up here. I doubt we could get away with settling a satellite city on the other side of both Ark and the Leviathan Protectorate. New quest item. Outpost founded. So we've built the colonist, now we just need to found an outpost. The free one off of our virtue, again, doesn't count. Alright, so I think that I do want to settle over to pick up all of this petroleum. I'm not entirely sure if I need that much petroleum, but given that my only source of petroleum potentially is this 5 right here, we should probably explore this little bit of the corner. If we do have vision, then we could send a trade route over to, or between, the capital and Jambumba. And we should be fine having the colonist trail behind our soldier. In Civ 5, the AI never declared war to steel settlers, so I don't expect that behavior to change now. But we have to stand... Oh, that's not miasma, that's just a marsh. Alright, not so bad. And we've got that laboratory pumping so that we can try to squeeze computing out a little sooner. But really, what I need is another trade route. So, Jambumba. Let's see, where's the trade indicator? Jambumba has one of 2 trade routes. We could send a trade route over land to Syra. How much would that cost me? A trade convoy. Would be 270 energy. We could buy that out next turn. But what's the minimum trade distance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's within 10 tiles. It's gotta be at least 10 tiles. There's no reason that they would make it even more limited than in Civ 5. Alright, so we'll send the soldier to see if there's something better to the south of the petroleum. Otherwise, we'll settle right on the river, swallow up all of these nice river tiles with the double food and energy, and then all of these basic resources, plus the 3 xenomass, and then the strategic petroleum. A lot of nice spots to expand to here for Ark. I wonder what sort of benefits the late landing AIs get, because being stuck on the one city, low population, you'd think they would be easier to kill. Maybe they come with more technology. That would make sense as far as balancing and theme goes. Their expeditions left later, but they do come with more advanced technology. Yes, Star of Hope. It would be nice if the strategic resources lined up with the affinity logo colors. That's a good point. So red floatstone? Sure, I can see that. Alright, Freeland. What do we want here? A thorium reactor gets us more energy, but Do I want to spend 6 turns to get an extra 3 energy per turn? Not particularly. Vivarium gets me 2 extra food, which isn't bad. Maintenance of 1. We don't, however, have any desert tiles. Most of these aliens have moved away from freelance borders, so we could potentially go and improve the basalt then. We don't need the repair facility. I don't really think I need an ultrasonic fence either. I'm happy just to have those aliens sit there. I guess we could build out a worker or a trade convoy. Where would we trade with though? Alright, so how long do these trade convoys last? 18, 20 turns. Computing plus building a gunship will likely be at peace with Kozlov for at least another 20 turns. So we could go and pump out a quick combat vessel, 5 turns, trade with him for 20, and then declare war. Seems reasonable to me. And what's going on to the south here? We've got some reslin, which gets us extra science when improved with the paddock, and another floatstone, as well as coral, which gives us culture. Interesting. Alright, so these tiles here are locked off by Camp Cascade. So if I could settle coastally right here. These are all deserts, which would be improved by the vivarium building. But we do get much more food by settling by this river. We might have to give up on the reslin. The silica though, science there. We could settle right here. We'd have the silica and all of this petroleum. Alright, so I think we're going to go settle right there. Yeah, we do have a lot of nice resources within the 3 range. So we can turn yields and the grid off. Ooh, and looks like Kozlov is racing to settle something in this region as well. Let's see, how quickly can we get over to our ideal settle spot? That'll be 2 turns, so we'll settle on the 3rd. Presumably he can't walk past my units with a settler, so we'll just get in the way there. But since we are testing a theory here, we'll keep an eye on his movements right now. Expedition complete. The crash satellite gave us 80 production. Alright, not bad. And we're trapping them in miasma. Oh, but they decided to settle there anyways. That kicks us out. Okay, so dropping a city over here. They'll likely expand first. They'll grab up one of the petroleum, and we can come in later and destroy that city. Alright, we'll still continue with our plan to settle right there. And we don't want to stop in the miasma. Alright, let's go and bust this last bit of fog. Ooh, tons of floatstone in this little belt here. And then we do have the lion's share of the xenomass on this continent, as far as I can tell. It's a little bit sprinkled out over, well, actually it's a big belt along the middle. But the ferroxite does seem to be pretty sparse. We got 2 ferroxite, and a 3 down to the south. Oh, there's a whole bunch of ferroxite there, but we're not going to be able to settle that far without really angering, if not the Leviathan, then at least Ark. And I don't want too many enemies at once. Okay, so the 80 production from that crash satellite did help us finish that trade vessel a lot sooner, and apparently we would need to explore this last bit of fog. Well, that's tougher then. Okay, we can find out if these guys can rebase. Change origin city. We can move him over to Jimboomba then. Although Jimboomba, So I guess, unlike in Brave New World, you are allowed to train cargo ships without having a viable spot to send them to. Alright, in that case, well, let's see if there's a trade route that we can take from Jimboomba. There's no harm in that. Trade overview. Okay, so there is a trade overview. Available routes. We have a lot by land, but by sea, Freeland to Jimboomba, potentially. Oh no, that's by land. Alright, so there's only one route that we can do by sea, and that we already have going. But let's double check if that's accurate. We'll go and change the origin city to Jimboomba. Wait, what are we building there? The vivarium? Okay, so we're not going to mess anything up by moving that. But we do need to scout that last little bit of water. So, could we do that with land units? Yes, we could. We can build ourselves a combat rover, at least just to see what those are like. Combat rover is going to take us 3 turns versus a soldier that's only going to take 1 turn, but he does have an additional movement. Alright, 12 strength versus 10 strength. I don't know if the 2 extra turns is worth it for us. Let's just pop out a quick soldier so we can get that route explored as quickly as possible. And what's happening here? Our explorer was, oops, killed by miasma. That's too bad. Alright, so he was digging up that satellite, and at least he managed to finish digging that up. But we do know how to get to the trade screen now. It's only accessible, it seems, through sleep, delete unit. Soldier. Okay, worker is fine there. Do we have the mine up? We do. I don't want to stand in miasma. Can you heal? Fortify until healed. Yes, that'll be fine. In fact, why don't you fortify until healed inside the city? Can you do that? No. The ship is in the way. Alright, trade vessel. Change origin city, do nothing, sleep. Establish a trade route, and trade overview. Alright, trade routes available. They're all by land. And they would get me reasonable boosts to science. Free land by land, assuming our route wouldn't be plundered by these aliens. Alright, so let's shift the trade route back to our capital city. And we'll send the soldier out to reveal a path. And this is going to make us, well, as a colony, it won't make us unhealthy. So let's go and drop the outpost, rather, as an outpost. And completing that quest got us another soldier. Right, so we've got an army of soldiers who can do a bit of exploring. And they can travel in packs as well. Alright, choosing production. Well, let's go get a trade convoy going. As Polystralia, we do have 2 additional trade routes in our capital, so let's get some land-based routes going, and I do want to explore back there as well. And we have a quest decision. The scientific method. The head of our new laboratory has an interesting proposal. At the moment, our research is quite broad. This is beneficial, but is dependent upon building more laboratories in other cities. However, he believes we can increase our scientific progress by focusing our research on xenocology. Once we understand the local biology, we should be able to harness it for our scientific endeavors. So if we focus on xenocology, we gain one expedition, an extra expedition slot on our explorers. We only have 1 explorer right now. Or additional research from laboratories. Right now we only have the one laboratory, so that'll be one more science. The extra module would be good if the continent wasn't already completely explored, but it looks like there's already really good coverage by all the other factions around this area, and I haven't stumbled across any derelict settlements or satellites in a while. Although, to be fair, I haven't been pushing exploration too much. Alright, so that means this guy will get another expedition module, meaning he won't have to come home as soon. Although, there is this station right to the south. Let's get... We'll go with the science here. I do want to finish computing as quickly as possible, although the extra module is tempting. Alright, we do XCOM nuke. You're absolutely right. We are rich. We could go and, well, I think I'll have the settler heal up inside the city. Actually, no. We'll push him back over here, just away from the aliens. But we can go and buy ourselves a trade convoy and get that going as well. We'll get a bunch of science by trading with another one of Kavatha's cities. Alright, culture developed. We could slide some more into industry here. So I don't have any wonders that I could or even want to produce, if only because I don't know what they are, and we don't really have anything here that would help us with that. Yeah, there are no wonders available for building, so we'll ignore that for now, scalable infrastructure. But additional energy from resources, so far we're working just at the most 1, 2 resources. And over in Jimboomba, we've got 1, 2 resources, so that's 4 more energy, which isn't really terribly exciting. Down here, a 25% production bonus to buildings that have already been built in the capital. That, though, is quite useful. Alright, so, yes, we have at least 2 cities. We'll be building the same buildings that the capital has, and I do want to settle some more, so let's go with standardized architecture then, and choose production. We already have the recycler in the city, so we'll get the bonus there, and the laboratory. Let's go clinic, and do we have the production bonus there? Yes, we do. Virtue modifier plus 25%, and then plus 10% from the other industry modifier. Alright, so this worker will want to fortify and heal in the city, but I won't be doing that until I send off that trade ship that I just bought. Ooh, derelict settlement. Alright, so we'll go and guard that with one of our soldiers, and we'll send the explorer over to pick that up. Alright, trade convoy. Establish a trade route to Freeland. That would get us some production, not bad. 50% outpost growth if we trade with Rangi. Where is this Rangi? Ah, interesting. We can grow out our outposts faster with trade routes. That's pretty cool. And then other colonies, we want the science boost, so our best science is 6 by trading with Sarai. Let's do that. And we'll hide out in the city to heal. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for a trade route to appear. Jimboomba has grown. And if we want to keep on growing, working the food is fine, but we have a nice 3 production hill mine right here. I'm fine with having the growth. And can we reveal a clear path to Uspek? Uspek. The answer is yes. So let's set up that trade route then. Uzbek, ooh, 7 science. So I guess the late arriving colonists do start with probably more techs and maybe like a lab or something like that pre-built. Alright, so it'll be at least 20 turns then until we declare war on the Slavic Federation. And I don't know if I want to stop off in Miasma, but we don't really have a choice here. And yep, we'll guard that derelict settlement from this explorer that Kabatha has in the region. Miasma, we don't want to stand on that. 6 floatstone. And the worker sleep. For whatever reason, we don't have the option to heal in the city. Let's see if we do heal though. So, we're at 30 hit points. If I tell that worker to sleep for this turn and return next turn, let's see if he heals inside the city, despite not— oh yeah, he does heal very rapidly inside the city. 30 hit points when resting inside a city. Good to know. And we'll be back to full health next turn. Alright, so Kozlov is happy that we set up a trade route with him. Hopefully that'll discourage him from building an army, and then we can stab him in the back later when it's most beneficial for us. He does, though, have a whole bunch of soldiers, so it won't be a cakewalk. Our best bet is to probably get gunboats online first. And we've got— what is this? An alien sea dragon. Our unit needs orders. You're just gonna go and fortify there until the explorer can come and put an expedition on that satellite or derelict settlement. And if I want to make sure Rangi became a city faster than Sarakir, I should go and send a convoy over that way. And I do have convoys to spare in Freeland. I have 2 out of 4, and that's thanks to our unique faction trait as Polystralia. So building a trade convoy is going to take 3 turns. It's probably time to pump out a worker as well. But thorium reactor. Right, let's slow build a thorium reactor, and we will go and purchase ourselves a convoy here. And with our next chunk of energy, we'll purchase a worker over in Rangi. Although I guess we can't make any purchases while they're just an outpost. Alright, so we'll save up some energy for purchasing a worker in Rangi once it becomes a full-fledged city. Alright, convoy. What do we want to do here? So science-wise, these guys could also get us a huge boost to science, or we could double the growth rate on Rangi. I think the science is going to be more important for us. So, ooh, that's quite the long route. Seems like we can trade much greater distances than we could in Civ 5. Alright, so 6 science off of trading between our 2 capitals here. Seems good to me. And I should also go and scout out a sea route in between our cities here so that the capital and Jimboomba can benefit from a naval trade route. Which means Then I do need to send that soldier over that way. Yeah, so I think the game has...
I love computers because they automate the tedious stuff and give us more time for important things like market manipulation.
These quotes are hilarious. Alright, so we can now go and build out our gunboats, our spy agency. I think we'll do the spy agency first. How long is that going to take us? The spy agency is a wonder, but I guess not a world wonder. And after that, we'll probably go for a gunboat in 8, which is fine. We do have that 20-turn trade route going with Kozlov, so I don't mind delaying the military just a bit. Choose research with computing out of the way. We could unlock some supremacy affinity points that would get us some better units. Increased worker movement and a node which allows for unit healing at a higher rate. We could also go and pick up physics. Let's see what the governor suggests. So military wants us to go physics. Energy wants us to go robotics for the tac jet. Range 4, range strength 10. That's not very impressive compared to the gunboat, so not too appealing there. The auto plant gets us more energy per trade route, and we are all about trade, so the auto plant would be nice. Feraxite in mine, we don't have feraxite, and a manufactory. That's not... Well, it's an improvement that can be put on any terrain that adds +2 production. I don't think we are in a rush to grab that either. The observatory, if we had feraxite, I might be more tempted to go for that. Launch complex, we don't have any satellites that we want to orbit. We could go for genetics then. That could help with our little health problem, and we're going to get more unhealth. What do they even call it in this game? Negative health. Once our outpost becomes a full-fledged city. So genetics is only going to take us 2 turns, that'll be fine. And there was that mission for completing that alien preserve, so we may as well see what the reward for that is. And that's only 6 turns, alien preserve, and extra culture from paddocks. We do have some paddocks, don't we? We've got a paddock right here, and no fiber is not kept in a paddock. But, alright, so we've got a total of 1 paddock. But extra culture there. It's pretty significant considering we're only pumping 13 culture per turn. Ooh, what is this? Alien nest and a crashed satellite. Okay, so those explorers from other factions are probably going to beat us to that. But it is something to keep our eyes on. Alright, trade convoy. What do I want to do with this guy? For science here, that's nearly a 10% boost to our current science, and 6 energy, that's pretty nice. If I don't want to send one by sea, and getting the sea route revealed is going to take some time, we could go and exchange trade routes by land with Jimboomba, and they go around the long way because the aliens are in the way. That means we do want to stay at peace with the 2 AIs to the north. Alright, so do I want a total of 8 production and 5 food? Or do I want 4 science and 6 energy? This is superior, but we could get even better yields by trading by sea if the pattern of double yields from sea trade routes from Civ 5 holds true. I don't know if that's actually the case, and it'll be a while until we reveal a sea trade route anyways. Maybe not 20 turns, but at least 10, especially with all those forests and aliens in the way. So let's trade with Jimboomba then. And Seek LG is telling me that it's the miasma that's blocking our trade routes. So this one tile of miasma here is stopping us from taking the shorter route, which is fine. So long as the miasma doesn't spread, we'll be just fine. And another alien nest discovered, and we do have a quest update. We've researched computing, and now we need to build the spy agency. And we will work on the spy agency once the thorium reactor finishes. Although, let's finish the spy agency first. Who cares about 3 energy per turn? I want those spies up. Alright, T-Boy Style wants me to clear these aliens away. These aliens are my friends. At least I want them to be. And we haven't attacked them all game, 70 turns in. So I think we should be friends with them anytime now. Alright, we'll go and build that expedition. And we could... Alright. Well, let's just go home then with the aliens blocking the way. We could try sending an expedition over there a little later. With that many aliens, maybe none of the other AIs will be able to recover that crashed satellite. And we can fortify until healed. Alright, this trade vessel. Reopening our trade with Church of Dawn's Light. We're getting 6 culture per turn off of them, which is huge. And yes, the naval trade routes do give us 50% more yields. So if we can go and expose a region that would connect our 2 cities by sea, it would definitely be worth it.
You go to war with the soldiers you have. Make sure those are the soldiers you want.
Alright, so we've got the Pharma Lab and the Cyto Nursery. Building either of these out would get us back into the positive, and since we do have the production discount for buildings that are in the capital, we'll definitely want them as well. Add to queue. Cyto Nursery, could we buy one? How much would that cost us? Cyto Nursery would be 370. I'd rather just build that. Alright, do I want science and health, or just straight up science? Or straight up health? Let's get a mix of science and health, and then we'll go and build a health promoting building in one of our other cities. So Cyto Nursery, and I'm fine with putting that in front of the thorium reactor as well. And over here, what have we previously built in our capital city? We definitely have a laboratory there. And a recycler. Let's get the laboratory. And we should have the production boost from that. Yep, 25%. Plus 5 production from a trade route. And looks like Jimboomba needs more improvements. I just don't want to lose my workers to miasma. Alright, what can we do to clear miasma then? Miasma clearing is in alien biology, which we would have to go... Do we have to do them in order? Ah, no we don't. So the leaves don't depend on each other. That gets us harmony, which I am considering going down, and gives us immunity to miasma. For workers anyways. Alright, let's do alien biology next. And, well, I am saving my dust to buy a worker. It'll be either in this expansion or in our capital once we get friendly with these bugs. I'm assuming that we can get friendly with them, but I'm not entirely sure how that mechanic works, so Whoa, that's a lot of bugs. And sea dragons. Alright, so our spy agency is finishing in 8 turns, that'll be nice. And, well, let's go... I don't know if I want to stand beside all of those aliens. Where are our citizens working? They are working that miasma. Building out a mine will take us 5 turns. Building out a generator would take us 5 turns. Let's go for the generator here. And I think we've seen enough. Ah, and the aliens are now blue, so they're friendly. Perfect. And does that grant me access to this xenomass? No, it doesn't. Where are we expanding to next? To either of these tiles, that'll be fine. Alright, great. So the aliens are now friendly. Which means we're digging this up over miasma. Construct. We have how many hit points left? We have 30 hit points left. The expedition we just finished, and we get a population there in Freeland. Not bad. So this guy will have time to escape. And since we're at peace with the bugs, we can safely explore their territory now. Although we're not immune to miasma. Alright, so since we are at peace, we can go and buy that worker, once we have enough money, that is. So, workers cost us 270. So we'll be able to buy one next turn. $84 notes, or Dante's is the forest supposed to be an A. I am playing on the hardest difficulty, but this is literally my first game. I did read about some of the mechanics on Well of Souls, but we are playing on the hardest difficulty to keep things interesting. I have no idea if we're doing well or if we'll even win, but we'll definitely learn a lot and have fun along the way. Miasma. It would be nice if there was a demographic screen, but I haven't been able to find one, and I've been told by chat that there isn't one, because that would give us a better idea of how we're doing. We're at 2 cities and 1 colony, which seems to be on par with what most of the other AIs have, so we're not far behind, although we were the first to land, so they would be ahead of us on tech. But we do have some relevant technologies that hopefully we can leverage into taking out the Slavic Federation here. They have all coastal cities. So, after we pump out this little bit of infrastructure, we'll start pumping out gunboats, which means, when's my next virtue coming? My virtue's coming in 7 turns. Yeah, I'm not worried about finishing off industry, although the perk for that, 10%, Energy generation, no. We'll start going down might, so adaptive tactics and into military-industrial complex. Seems like a good plan here. Especially the 15% bonus to our gunboats, production of our gunboats. And then plus, and this lets us gain more affinity points and choose free affinity levels, and that'll get us better units. Just in case that's not enough to break these guys, assuming we can break them, then we can move on. We'll probably try to stay friends, keep a long-term friendship going with Kaviatha. But Ark is fair game. I've heard rumors that she's a bit of a warmonger, so I'll be one myself. Alright, let's get back into the city, heal up a little faster there, and grab an expedition module once this thing turns into an actual city, which will be in 2 turns, I expect. And keep on scouting with this soldier. Alright, Galgali says that the tiny plus next to the orbital layer in the bottom right brings up demographics, so we can definitely try that. And Suzanne Fielding is also going for being friendly with the wildlife. Losing some points to miasma there. Okay, a little plus symbol. This thing right here. Additional information. Economic overview, military overview, notification log, technology web, trade route. Alright, well, we can look at economic overview. So this is just like the Civ 5 economy screen. More or less what we are expecting, but it doesn't compare us to other civs. Military overview. Status, we can sort by that. No, that's not gonna be a nice demographic screen for us. The notification log. Good to review that if we miss something. Tech web, we already know, and the trade route overview. This is a menu that I was missing for a little while, but is definitely useful to know. We're getting a lot of nice yields off of those trade routes, and we do have... Okay, so we've used up all of the trade routes for our capital. We have as many trade routes going as we can. Rangi, once he's a full-fledged colony, can go and build a trade depot, and we can get some more trade going there. One to the capital and one to Jimbumba. Or if the science yields are sufficiently enticing, we can do some external trade routes as well. Ooh, and there's some copper back here. Settling back here will be difficult with the density of aliens, but if we do have some more nice resources, we can definitely drop another city there, and we should probably drop a city in here as well, just so that Rangi doesn't get cut off by Kozlov. Alright, so Jimbu... Do we already have a Seto nursery? No, I think that's still queued up here, so I'd rather get the 25% production boost. The recycler we've already built in our capital, and after that let's go for a gunboat. Is there such a thing as a barracks? Maybe that's something we can research, but let's get to work on a gunboat after that. And so Jimbumba has 18 production. Our capital has 21, so Jimbumba's pretty close, and even with a lower population. So I might want to specialize this guy into a production city, in which case this generator should be mine instead, but the generator is almost done. Fine. You'll keep your generator, but we will go and improve the basalt there, and I did say that I was going to buy out another worker, since we do have more tiles that need to be improved. So, purchase a worker, and we'll also want to purchase a worker in Rangi once he or she or it expands.
We have
Alright.
discovered alien life on our new world. Unsurprisingly, it grows, reproduces, dies, and cannot understand French.
Alright. Well, we can now build the Alien Preserve, and we get +1 culture from paddocks. Nice. Alright, so we're now researching alien biology, and that'll be give us either miasma immunity or the ability to remove miasma, and we probably will remove the miasma that's right there. Alright, choosing production. Rangi is now online, and we're at 6 unhealthiness, negative health. And that's still just the -10 culture and science. So let's, well, we can build the old Earth Relic. And then at Q, we'll want, let's see, we already have a clinic back in Freeland, I think. Yes, we do. So we'll get the production bonus there. And as for where our citizens are working, as soon as we can afford to, we'll go buy a worker for Rangi. And it looks like the aquatic path was a little longer than I expected. We'll have to wait for the aliens to move out of the way there. And that's done. No miasma here. Let's get down here. Would it turn into a farm? Although maybe a generator would have been better. Anyways, if we are talking about production, let's go get the basalt online. Alright, and with this worker, we want to improve the titanium and the silica. So let's get over to the titanium first. Alright, and Suzanne Fielding's not too pleased that our outpost became a full-fledged city. I only want one enemy right now, so we'll use the nice diplomatic language with them. But we'll settle where we please there, Vadim. Alright, but that does mean I need my gunboats out sooner rather than later. So spy agency is about to finish. That'll be useful for us. Add to queue. Let's see. An alien preserve would complete that quest for us, gets us more culture. But I don't think we have too much time to waste with that. In fact, forget the thorium reactor. Let's get the gunboat. Ooh, another nest with just the 2 xenomass. That's fine. And here, chop forest, construct a mine. If we wanted access to the titanium, I'm assuming a mine would do that for us. Alright, let's go and build the mine then. And here, a quarry. And the aliens are still blocking our way here. We don't have embarkation, so we'll just wait there for now.
Torgowlia opiera się nie na potrzebach, a na sprawiedliwości.
Alright. Kozlov wants 9 energy, 3 energy per turn, and open borders, and they're going to offer us a favor. Yeah, right, Kozlov. Yeah, right. And yes, our health is a little
You now
low.
have covert agents available. Assign them to other factions' cities to perform covert operations, or to your own cities to protect yourself against enemy agents.
Sweet. I don't know why this guy sounds a little English, but thanks for letting me know. Open covert ops. Thank you. And Homeland Security increases our health, or our hit points and city defense. We don't need that. Production of wonders, we don't need that. 2% health, I'm fine with being unhealthy for now. Operations support, operations reconnaissance. Alright, we aren't interested in that. Select project. Is that true? I can only assign them to home. Can't I send them over to spy on my neighbors? Or do I need a special tech for that? Alright, covert ops. Okay, so it looks like I can only assign these guys at home for the moment. Let's check the tech tree. Alright, so we unlocked the spy agency in computing. So something related to computing would presumably give us the ability to spy on our neighbors. Surveillance with no, that's not it. Clips, no. Sabers, harmony, affinity, fabrication. How do I use my spies to spy on my neighbors? That's the main thing I want to do. Maybe sabotage some of their stuff, steal some of their science. Alright, so we have to pick a covert op first. The health booster is probably going to be the most relevant for us, but if we're planning to do all manner of covert actions, getting operations reconnaissance to increase their chances of success, or operations support to increase their chances of survival regardless of success would be good. Alright, what is 2% of health? That could actually make a big difference as our empire grows. Alright, let's go propaganda for now because I'm not entirely sure how much I'm going to be using these operations. Okay, and now we can assign. We got 3 spies right off the bat, that's pretty sweet. Alright. Well now. We could assign some of them to our own cities, but I think I can gain a lot. Let's see what's happening in Koslov's capital. Krabrust. Assign 1 to Krabrust. And we may as well spy on Central as well. Although I don't know if I should be instead spying on the smaller cities. But we may as well take a look. And if we wanted... Well, Wakala. Where's Wakala? Oh, that's the name of our headquarters? Interesting. Well, let's go and drop this guy into Syra. It's almost as big as the capital, and just in case they've got some people on counter-espionage or something, we'll diversify a little. 2 of our spies into enemy capitals and 1 into their next largest city. Alright, so let's see what sort of things we can get out of that. And we've got another unit that is being blocked by this line of friendly aliens. Alright, so if we are going to go to war with Koslov soon, then